Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for a brand new video on WRC 9. So we're here again, back to the WRC 9 career with episode number 20, driving yet again the Ford Fiesta RS. And thank you a lot for the support on yesterday's video. Absolutely thank you for the support, because it's been a video that I very enjoyed recording. Like, I enjoyed recording the brand new stage around Finland. I really enjoyed the update as well with the photo mode and all that. And so thank you a lot for your support on the previous video, because it's been absolutely insane. And I love it when, you know, whenever I'm enjoying doing something and you also enjoy it, that's the biggest happiness for YouTubers. So starting off this episode, to get back into the career mode news, I'm going to be doing a training event. So if you haven't checked out the previous episode from the beginning of the WRC season, I recommend you checking it out, so I'm not spoiling it for you midway through this video. But most of the times it's just the same people just waiting for a new career mode episode to come out. And in my opinion, if you haven't checked it out, just go and check out the previous episode and all the videos on the WRC 9 career mode if you really want to get into the group of this series. But starting off with the training event, because on the previous episode, if you remember, we actually started off with an objective that said to complete 3 training events in 6 weeks or something like that. So I feel like this is the first or the second training event that we're doing, and after that we're obviously going to be doing a maintenance event just to improve the condition of the car before the Portuguese rally, which is going to be the next rally for us. But something very important as well, after this training event I gained 937 XP, which put me into 60 experience level, which is the maximum experience level that we're getting for this year's game. I don't know why it's like that. Hopefully they can increase the XP level, because this is the last resource point we're getting, and I'm going to be putting it out on the increased range tire grip and have an 18 out of 18 performance R&D tree. But hopefully they can either increase the XP cap, because I think that's the easiest thing they can do at this point with the game, with a small little patch. Or the other thing they could do is reduce like the amount of XP you're gaining with training events and all that, so that the process is going to be longer. Because at some point when you've actually like capped your XP level and there's nothing else you can do with the R&D tree, then career mode becomes a little bit dead. As much as we enjoy the game, you know, and all that, I feel like it's not as interesting when there's not really a progress and all that. And if they're really not going to patch anything about the experience level, then I would like you to suggest me a few ideas on what to do after this career mode is done. Because I'm going to be finishing this season, and then I'm probably going to be doing yet another season with a lot of higher difficulty and probably perma crash, so that we don't have restarts and all that, and you know what I'm saying. But as you can see, nothing else we can do with the experience. We're not getting any more experience, so just give me ideas on what to do with the WRC 9 game after the career mode is a little bit overshadowed. So we do gameplay videos, so I show you my esport efforts or the rally star efforts that I'm going to be doing on the events of WRC 9, because I'm going to be taking part on those events. So if you really want to see something like that, just tell me down in the comments below, because if they don't really patch the XP levels, then the career mode will be dead in around a month or 2 months or something like that. And there's still a long way to come till the next big rally game that we're going to be getting, because I don't consider Dirt 5 a big rally game, and I don't even know if I'm going to be making videos on it, because I was quite disappointed with the car selection and all that. But yeah, also tell me down in the comments below if you want to see Dirt 5 gameplay, and I'll consider buying it. But here we are around Portugal. For anyone wondering, we're actually getting on the next update. Of course, the October update gave us 6 new free finish stages, and they were absolutely amazing, all 6 of them. And with the next update, we're going to be getting new Portuguese stages. So Portugal, same stages in WRC 7 as always, but never had an issue with the Portuguese stage. I feel like they're quite interesting stages and all that. I feel like they've just grown on me as the time goes, you know, and I drive around them. I obviously really remember them as the time goes, and I've never had an issue with them. I feel like they're quite good stages, very interesting. They got the narrow sections and all that, and I'm obviously never gonna reject new free stages. But if there was one location that I would love to see new stages at, it would have been Sweden. I feel like Sweden is the snow feeling on this game is actually very good. The snow handling and snow physics are, for me, very entertaining, and the stages around Sweden are just not that entertaining, and I would love to see. I'm not saying they're bad. No, it's not like Finland where I was like, okay, Finland again, and I was like very bored to go around Finland. But Sweden is not that boring, but it's not also that enjoyable, and I would love to see new Finnish stages, either new Finnish stages or Monte Carlo stages, because I think the Monte Carlo stages could have more like icy sections and all that, but that's all going to be probably around the later dates on this game. As you can see here, in the second sector, we get that green sector, and we're now 7/10 slower. The only problem around Portugal, as you saw there around this section, the textures are a little bit broken, and the tarmac is like it's flowing above the gravel, which is very weird, and which was something that didn't even exist on WRC8. So hopefully they can fix it. I don't even know if that thing, if they know that this is a thing, that the textures are a little bit clunky around here. But 1.3 seconds faster, so we're finally now faster than probably Neville or Tanek. And it has also started raining. It's not going to affect us a lot because it's just at the end of the stage, so there's not going to be a lot of paddles and all that. And now time for the big jump. Everybody knows, if you're a rally fan, you know this jump. Group B rally cars used to go through there. Final corner, slightly faster through there. That's gonna, oh, very lucky there not to roll the car over onto the final corner, but carried a little bit too much speed through there, but still gonna gain 4/10 from Neville, as that is the end of the first stage. 1.7 seconds ahead of Neville, 3.6 seconds ahead of Tanek, 6.6 seconds ahead of Ozzy then Lubert, and Timo Sunen down into 10th for some weird reason. Not a good stage for him. But now time for the end of day one, second stage overally, and it's the super special stage, the 1v1 events for anyone wondering, and we know this stage very well. We've been driving around here a lot. Like, I just know this stage very well. You know, every single stage that has been on the game since WRC7, I just know it, you know. Like, I know the Italian stages, I know the Mexican stages, I know Portugal, I know Argentina very well. They just stay in your... You just remember them as you go through them again. I'm not saying I memorize them very well, like to do world record laps, but I remember them just a little bit so I can get some good enough lap times for the Korean Wood episodes. It's not like the Japanese stage, the Japanese here stage where I just didn't memorize the stage to get the second fastest lap in the leaderboard. So, you know, that was fairly hard. I feel like I'm not second anymore. I think RC Noel, the esports driver, did a lap as we slightly made contact there with the wall, and that's going to give us some bodywork damage. But I think RC Noel just set the world record and I'm third or something like that, so might as well go back there with a Yaris and try and you know, set a world record at some point. You know, somebody suggested me that I should make a video on how to be fast and how to set a world record or something like that, so I'll probably give it a shot at some point. But yet again, it has started raining right at the end, but I think I've done very well around this stage, not mistakes whatsoever, and that is actually shown there with the overall gap that we have from Thierry Neville, 10.2 seconds ahead of Neville. Very, very strong stage, and also very strong stage for Timo Sunen and Esa-Pekka Lappi, who is finally in the top 10 for some weird reason. You know, the patch is yet to show us if you know, Esa-Pekka Lappi, Elfyn Evans are just going to improve in terms of performance. I feel like they're quite down the grid, and they just need to, you know, be patched to be a little bit faster, in my opinion, since Evans is probably going to be the champion this year. But we're now into the motorhome to try and repair the car. I'm probably not going to repair everything. Like, I'm not going to replace the brakes and the suspension and the headlights. The rest is going to be up to 100% yet again. And the main reason I'm not really replacing the brakes and the suspension is that it's because we have two 5-kilometer stages, 5.4-kilometer stages, so there's no real reason for that. And yeah, I feel like the car is going to make it through day 2 fairly good, and the gap is also quite comfortable from Neville. I think we've got a 12-second gap from Neville. And starting off now, day 2, it's actually a sunny day finally, and look at the crowd. I love how much crowd is, how many people there are in the crowd now, but everybody remembers this jump. Absolutely love, absolute love for that jump. Like, if you press like Group B cars around Portugal, that's the one jump that's going to show you. Like, with so many people in the crowd, so many fans just you know, celebrating for the roar of the Group B engines. It's just absolutely insane. That's one of the reasons I really like Portugal. This stage is actually one of my favorite ones, and even like it's not such an amazing stage, you know. It's got its like difficulties and all that. I'm not gonna be a dickhead now and just tell you that it's not like a very nice stage and all that. But here, as you can see, there's not a texture problem, but on the reverse one there is a texture problem. So not the reverse one, this is the reverse one. On the other one there is actually a texture problem. Well, there's also another section there with tarmac, and around here it's actually a very tight one, and also gravel tires don't feel great around tarmac, so just waiting for that left square corner to go back to gravel and go back to normal speed. But so far this stage has been quite decent, and it's probably going to be yet another victory.
Into left 3, medium. Into right 4, long, tightens, into kinks. And left 3, short, into right 5, tightens 2, short. Into right 6, 50. And flat left over crest, keep middle, into right 6.
3.8 seconds now, the gap, so we're going for our third consecutive victory so far. This is a very fast downhill sort of full speed there, almost 200 kilometers, and I just about broke a little bit too late, and that is going to cost us actually a lot of time and probably even the victory here on that stage. It probably is. It was only 400 meters to go. That is so unlucky there. But I don't know if anyone remembers last year's career mode on WRC8, but go back to WRC8 career mode into the WRC season and you'll see how I crashed the Hyundai i20 around that section. Nothing like that. As you can see, the car has absolutely no damage. Obviously we lost the stage, which is a bit unlucky. If I wasn't too greedy, we would have won that one. And just for the sake of it, like, we must have lost around 5 seconds with our crash there. It was not even a crash. Overall, we're still first, 10 seconds ahead of Neville, 20 seconds ahead of Tanik. It's still quite a comfortable rally so far. It's quite close between me and Neville, I'm not gonna lie. It hasn't been that close so far this season between me and Neville, as we're on to the fourth stage now. So it is quite close, but it's also really down to my mistake. But go and check out WRC8 Career Mode, the episode around Portugal in the WRC season, because I crushed the Hyundai quite badly, but it was a whole different scenario. Like, I think we were actually trying to win the whole rally, and I was something like 10 or 5 seconds behind, and that's why I was pushing so much to try and gain as much time as I can. I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it everything, there's nothing else we can lose, and then we just lose everything, completely destroy the car. And I think I even finished outside the top 10, so it was such a bad crash. So if you haven't watched the WRC8 Career Mode, go and check it out. It's still out there in the playlist, and I feel like it's still a quite enjoyable series if you haven't watched it yet. So obviously this one is a little bit better. But this time around, didn't make such a huge mistake. I broke just a little bit late and I lost the back end. We didn't crash into the rock. If we had crashed into the rock, then probably the car just wouldn't be okay for this stage. But so far this stage has also been quite decent. So I'm going out through the most difficult part of this stage. It's a very technical part, very narrow with those rocks on the inside and the outside. That's going to be our first red sector. There you go. That's the gap is still quite okay. 3.3 seconds now.
At crest, into flat right 60. Left 4 brake, tighten short, into right 4 over crest, very long, tighten. Into left 5 over bumps, tightens 3, don't cut. At crest,
flat suspension damage. Nicely through that section though. It's a section where I mostly make mistakes. 5.1 second gap, that's good. And only now 900 meters to go. Oh no! That's a roll. God, this is very. You see, I didn't even make a huge mistake there. I just slid around wide and I just rolled the car. Hopefully we didn't lose a lot of time, but if I lose this stage again because of a mistake, I'm going to be very mad. But that wasn't even a huge mistake. Like, I slightly ran wide. That's what I mean about this section. It's just so narrow that I slightly ran wide and the left rear tire probably hit the rock, and then the car just lost stability and then it just rolled. So, you know, very unlucky moment. But I crossed the finish line right now. It's set at 3:21.6 2.0. Is that gonna? Yeah, that's gonna be a victory. Thank God. Like, it could have been 4 out of 4 so far, but the mistake previously just costed us, and we lost the stage. But overall, as you can see right there, we lost around 2 seconds on the final sector. So the roll costed us only 2 seconds. I wonder how much time I lost on that previous stage with that mistake. It's quite mad. But overall now 14 seconds from Neville, and I feel like that's the closest Neville has been so far in this season. I feel like most of the times going into day 3 we had a 30 or 20 second gap, but this time around it's just about 14 seconds. Obviously, had we won the previous stage, it probably would have been around 18 to 20 seconds yet again. But I'm not gonna be a hard critic around here, and just need to, you know, gain as much time as we can on that ES stage. You know, we tend to gain time on the ES stages, but most of the times the ES stage is around day 1 or day 2, so that's probably one of the main reasons that we're yet to open up a huge gap from Neville so far. Yet again, this amazing jump. Absolutely love this jump. I just can't get over it. I mean, theoretically we are getting over it, but in reality I just can't get over it.
Into left 5. Into left 6, short brake for right 2, short, open. And right 1, don't cut, opens, and hairpin left, don't cut, over tarmac, 30. Square right over gravel. Into right 3, medium, tightens, rock out. Into flat left, 30, over crest. And flat left medium, tightens 2, 30. Left 5 short, into right 3, 80, uphill. Caution, keep right over crest, jump, maybe 50. Right 5, keep into left 4, bumpy, tightens. Into right 5, 50. Left 5 medium, brake.
This is just 13 thousandths of a second faster, and I'm very surprised because we tend to like dominate ES stages, but at the moment it's just 13 thousandths of a second faster. So I don't even know what's going on there, but the AI probably is quite decent around Portugal. That seems to be seen. Like, we still got 7.9 kilometers to go, so I'll confirm that probably at the end of this stage. If I don't make any more mistakes, hopefully we can get we can come to a good conclusion at the end of this.
And left 3 short, into right 5 tightens 2, short. And right 3, into left 3 medium, bumpy. Into right 4 long, open. And left 4 over bump, into right 5, opens, long, uphill. Into right 6, 50. And flat left over crest, keep middle, into right 6, 50. Flat right and flat left, into right 6, tightens, don't cut. Brake for left 5, into right 3, short.
This time I'm going to be braking just about on the right spot. That was almost perfect. That is perfect. Oh god, do you see how nice it is to finally take these corners correctly? As the gap is now up to 1.1 seconds, it's slowly getting more and more the gap, but it's still not as dominant as I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be, you know, 30 or 20 seconds faster so far in this stage, but it's just not the thing there. That's now going through the tough part, as you guys know. No, run wide. I knew it. I already knew it. From the initial line, I knew that this was not going to end well, but still not going to cost us a lot of time, in my opinion. We've already lost some time in this. Oh no, we're actually slower. 3/10 slower. So we lost some time indeed. We lost around 1.6 seconds with our mistake. Still not going well. Still 3.2 kilometers to go, and we're actually not faster. So not even sure what's going to happen now.
And crest into left 3 opens 30. Right 5 bumpy long. And left 5, 60. Left 1, very long, keep in. And right 4, medium, tightens, 30. Left 4, short, don't cut.
Slightly got some time there, but it's still 2 slower. 2 more sectors to go. It's very close indeed. I was not expecting this to be so stressful and down to the wire. Not even fighting for a championship or anything, but this still really gets me on the edge of my seat.
Caution, bumpy, left 4 tightens 3, short 30. Crest and right 4, short 50. Caution, brake for square right, don't cut, 300.
We're faster, 1.2 seconds faster. That was a good sector there. We're getting a lot of time there. Getting a lot of time, and now we're on to the final sector. 800 meters to go. Still need to be careful. Try not to make a mistake. Let's try and win the stage. It's not even giving us something like very viable. It's just I want to win this stage. Just for the sake of it. For the effort. Last couple of corners. Is that the final corner? Oh, there's still more to go. Final right-hander to come across the finish line is 6:31.2. That was a good time for a near stage, and is just about going to be ahead of Neville, 1.4 seconds ahead. And remember, this is 130% difficulty right there. So Sunin and Grismith get 6th and 7th position. Tanek is 3rd, Greg Green 4th, and Sebastian Ogier 5th. But overall, we're obviously going to be gaining just a little bit of time on Neville, as the gap is now up to 15.4 seconds. 28 seconds from Tanek. It's quite a long gap there, but I feel like we're going into the final stage with a 15.4 second gap, and that hasn't happened so far in this career. We're most likely very comfortable going to the final stage, but 15.4 seconds is a gap that could really be beaten going to the final stage, you know. In WC8, I had lost rallies with a 20-second lead going to the final stage, but you know, this is a 5-kilometer stage, and it's a stage that I actually know very well, and hopefully I can get those extra 5 points and just keep away those consecutive perfect rallies and get yet again 30 points.
Left 3 and right 2 medium, keep in, 50 over bump. Left 2 short, don't cut, bumpy, 50 over crest.
Oh, slight mistake, suspension damage. Already from the beginning, but it was actually I was just about to say a good beginning there for the first time. 2.4 seconds faster. Trying not to make a mistake here. It's a very long left-hander there, and if you pick the outside line, the chances that you hit a rock are very high. But hopefully the mistake didn't cost us a lot of time now, and we're still going to be gaining time. Could have been a little bit more brave there, but not going to show off now. It's just about those 5 points, so there's no need to overdo it. 5 seconds faster. This seems like a dominant stage for once, finally.
Right 5 bumpy, long. And left 5, 60. Left 1 very long, keep in. And right 4 medium, tightens, 30. Left 4 short, don't cut. And right 4 tightens into right 4 short. And flat left bumpy into crest 50.
This is so exciting, like when there's nothing on your left and you can just run wide and fall off a cliff. That's when like your mind says go a little bit slower, go a little bit slower. 8.5 seconds gap though, the gap, so we're improving, and this seems like our best stage so far. What a better way to close this rally. Improve the gap, get those 5 points, you know the deal.
Brake into left 5 medium, open 70. Right 5 short, 40. Left 5 short into right 5 and left 4 bumpy over crest. And left 4 short, 30. Right 5, 50 over crest. Into right 3, cut. And left 4 into right 4 tightens 2 medium, small cut. Into left 1 opens long, bumpy over crest, 20.
Last couple of corners yet again, and I think we're going to be closing this rally with a very, very big smile on our faces to celebrate yet another victory for us here in Portugal, and probably yet another perfect rally. That's what I'm talking about. And Thierry Neuville is not going to be able to get a lot of points out of this power stage. Only 1 point there for Neuville as he ends up 5th. Greg Breen with 2 points, Ortanek with 3, and Sebastian Ogier all of a sudden getting those 4 very valuable points from the Portuguese rally. But what can I say? 31-second gap. Yet again, we made it. You know, we've had a very good final power stage, and yet again the gap is going to be 31 seconds. But we have to admit, it had been very tough until the very final stage where we gained a lot of time from Neuville. But overall, I think that we were faster. And had we not made the mistake on the 3rd stage, it probably could have even been like the perfect rally where we've won all 6 stages. But I'm not going to say that because we couldn't make it. Hopefully we can do this in this season. I really want to win that rally with all stages being a victory for me. But as long as we're getting like 30 points out of this rally, you know, we're currently standing on 150 points, and the gap from Neuville is 49 points, which it's quite big at the moment. You know, it's quite a gap. It's quite a gap, and of course it doesn't really make the season interesting. But it makes interesting for me. It is interesting for me to win even more rallies at the moment. You know, I'm dominating the season so far, and I've already told you, if I feel like we're on the 5th rally so far in this season, and by probably the next half of the season, if I keep on doing this and keep on getting those perfect results, then I might move it to 135%. Not might, I will move it to 135%. So really depends on my performances and how I compare to the AI. But this is the R&D tree, the final R&D tree. If you want me to re-specialize it and redo the whole thing, give me some info or tell me what you want me to do on the R&D tree, and I could just re-specialize it with 25k, and we could redo the whole thing if you want this to happen, or we could wait for next season. I feel like the R&D tree is quite good for this season, and we should just wait for it for next season to re-specialize it. But that was it for today, guys. If you enjoyed, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure, when you subscribe, turn on the notifications by ringing that bell. Follow me on Twitter. Make sure you join my Discord server, because we're actually organizing events and videos with you guys, with you, the subscribers, my friends, the admins of Discord server and all that. So if you want to be part of any future events, either on racing games or anything, like we actually do everything on the Discord. So if you really want to be involved with the channel, join the Discord server. Until next video, guys, which is going to be yet again WRC9, I'll catch you later. Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the big moment we've all been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, place your turntable in front of your guests.
Set the volume control in your stereo system at the preferred listening level.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Beat rock, beat rock, beat